In this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do if you've been charged with possession of marijuana in Indiana. If you or a loved one have been charged with this offense, you may be wondering what you should be doing. This video can help answer that question. So about me, my name's Nathan Vining. I'm a criminal defense attorney in Indiana, and I represent individuals charged with felonies and misdemeanors throughout the state of Indiana. By the end of this video, you should know how the marijuana possession statute works, know the different penalties associated with it, as well as know 4 different ways to challenge a marijuana charge. So a conversation about marijuana can go a lot of different ways, and it depends on who you're talking to and even what state you're in. But the important thing to know is that marijuana is illegal in Indiana. It's not even legal for medical purposes. Possession of even small amounts of marijuana is punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $5,000. Currently, 29 states have medical marijuana programs in place. Indiana is currently looking into approving medical marijuana, but it's still not done yet. So at this time, there's still criminal penalties in place for the sale and possession of marijuana. So one of the first things to do if you've been charged with marijuana is review the statute. Indiana Code 35-48-4-11 regulates possession of marijuana in Indiana. And essentially what it says is that a person who knowingly or intentionally possesses marijuana commits possession of marijuana. It also has 2 other provisions that prohibit growing or allowing marijuana to grow knowingly on your property. So now that you have an overview of the statute, what do you do if you've been charged with possession of marijuana? It really comes down to 3 things. In any marijuana possession case, the basic elements are identity, possession, and intent. And with these elements in mind, there are typically 4 issues you see in a possession case. In the first are identity issues. The prosecutor must prove that you are the person who possessed the marijuana in question. In a lot of cases, unless the drugs were found on you, there's no direct evidence as to who possessed the drugs. So you need to look at where the drugs were found to see if they can be tied to an individual person. If they cannot, then you found an area of doubt that could be used at trial or in negotiations with the state. The second thing you look at are possession issues. Where are you in possession of the marijuana? You see possession issues in cases where there are multiple people present and only one person is charged. So in this kind of case, how did the officers know that the drugs were yours and not one of the other individuals? It's often a fact-specific question that really is dependent on what happened in your case and where the drugs were found. The third place to look if charged with possession of marijuana are knowledge issues. The state must prove that you knew the drugs were there. You see this issue in a case where someone may be driving a friend's car and aren't aware of the drug's presence, or maybe they're in someone's home and weren't aware that there were drugs there. So here you lack actual knowledge, which is a required element of possession. The fourth area to look could be search or seizure issues. This is where you look to see if there were any violations of your constitutional rights. This would be through an illegal search without a warrant, or an exception to the warrant requirement, or it could be through an illegal traffic stop where the officer pulled you over and stopped you on the street and they didn't have proper authority to do so. In these instances, if your rights have been violated, the evidence that the marijuana was found could be suppressed and kept out of your case. So search and seizure issues can be important to look at in any possession case. So these are 4 different ways you can challenge a possession of marijuana charge. If you have questions about possession of marijuana in Indiana or need to know more information, you can find out more on my website, or you can give me a call or text me. I'd be happy to review your case and talk with you about what happened in your situation.